Morning, everybody. Welcome to LockPod, Season 16, Episode 17, the Midwest's most dangerous podcast, coming to you live from the Nika IBW Power in Indiana Lake County Studios.
I mean, it's Halloween. We don't look too spooky, but it's spooky out there in the news.
Yes.
We're going to hear, it's a spooky place, spooky world we're living in.
Yeah. Welcome back, everybody. Good to see you, Jill. Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween.
You dressed up today?
I'm scary every day.
Nice.
Dang.
Nice.
Happy Halloweeny.
Yeah.
Here we go.
I've already been, lectured by multiple people.
Oh.
I only bought 580 candy bars.
And what was the lecturing about?
And everybody's like, full size, by the way. Okay.
Nice.
So
That's
I
good
come
for
back,
the kids.
What is it? 360, 460, 560, 540, excuse me.
Okay, 540.
Because it was in packs of 180 bars, right? So I'm like, okay.
Where do you get a pack of 180 bars?
Costco.
Gotcha. Okay.
So I got just huge crates. 3 huge crates, boxes, right? 180 per crate, right?
That's a lot.
So I put them in there, and I'm like, do I stop at 180 or do I go 540 or to 740?
720? You go from
720.
540 to 720.
And I'm like, I'm not doing that. Right?
That doesn't sound cheap either, by the way.
It's not. So I'm like, 540 candy bars. And then I'm like, okay, what I'm going to do is I'll do 540 candy bars. And I got stickers so I can put on each, and that's my job, right?
Yes.
And then I got the bailout candy for the stragglers.
Supplementary.
Yeah, small boxes of jujubes and
teenagers that don't dress up.
No, I'm not going to do that. I posted something yesterday. It was talking about kids that are teenagers that are trick or treating, and instead of being salty with them, you should be happy.
Oh, all right.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna
so if I have a 17 or 18-year-old, I'm not going to say shit. Usually I penalize them and I give them a small candy bar. I'm not doing that anymore.
One of the 540,
right?
Going right in their bag.
So I get home, and I'm proud of myself because I took care of all this shit, right? Mm-hmm. I get home, it's immediately oh, that's not enough. You fucked up.
Go back.
What are you going to do for the 200 kids that are
don't
getting
get a full size?
You turn the light off and you go inside.
Right? But you can't do that because it's the mayor's house. And there's kids that
That's right. Good
school.
point.
So
Very
are you
good
telling
point.
us that trick-or-treating hours in Hammond is 5 to 6 today?
No. Yeah, right. Yeah. 5 to 6.
There you
Cutting
go.
it early.
A proclamation.
Yeah. So, I fucked up.
Well,
so I have to go
That'll
back.
be fine.
And then I didn't realize the humongous effort it would be to take 700 stickers and put them on candy bars. I started doing that last night. I did 90.
Effort.
I did 90. And I was salty.
You're 1/6 of the way
it
in.
was forever for 90. Jeez.
Think of all those little people who were licking envelopes while you were running.
I know, right? I'm doing it by myself now. I
I
need that team back together.
Yeah, we need the envelope team. That's a good point.
The envelope team would be killing these candy bars right now. I'm doing it by myself. I am the envelope team now.
You are the campaign, the McDermott campaign, headquarters campaign for Halloween.
I just want you all to know when you get those full candy bars from me, the effort that I had to put in to get those full candy bars out to you.
John, I think we should maybe pop by and get one since he's not being
adults do not.
Adults.
There's I think if you're old enough to buy booze,
yes.
If you're old enough to buy booze, you don't get candy.
Wait, give me your stance on this. So what if someone comes up with an infant? The infant's not going to eat the candy bar. You giving it to the parent?
Good call.
Get the fuck out of here.
I usually do.
I only got 540 of these things.
What are you going to do? Send them away?
Yeah.
Give them the supplementary.
I don't like that. I don't
either.
like that. When they come up and they're like, I got 14 kids back home. I need 14 candy bars for them. No. I got limited candy bars. You got to actually walk your ass
You
out
get the
there.
candy
you
corn.
got to do the work.
What about it should one bag per kid, right?
Yeah.
Because they come up and they're like, oh, I got a couple kids down the street. No,
but sometimes they might have a bag for their little sister or brother that's behind them. I'm good with that if they're carrying it and the
they
kid's
have to
there.
be present.
Correct. Agree.
What about the kids that aren't dressed up?
I'd give it. I'm not happy about it, but I say something snarky like "nice costume,"
right,
or something like that.
I always ask them,
and they usually in their heads
dick.
are saying "fuck you" to me.
I know. They get the juju beans,
Eat candy corn.
Candy corn. I should have a thing
a couple
Those
pieces
orange
of candy
and black
corn.
ones that nobody knows what they are.
Eva liked those things.
Oh man,
They're
I can't
disgusting.
stand them.
Nobody eats
Eva,
candy corn.
how
Where
can
do you
like
even buy
candy
those?
corn?
Where can you even buy those?
I think it's when you get that, you're fucking with people.
Yeah.
Here, have this. There is nasty sugar.
I remember when I was a kid, there was a older woman in our neighborhood that would give out a pencil and candy corn every year. I was like, bitch, come on, man.
You should go to the pencils.
I mean, it was
cheaper than
nice of
candy.
her,
The pencils.
You get some Halloween pencils. Cheaper
Nobody
than
wants
candy?
school
No,
stuff.
it was like a regular pencil, and it's
That's the last thing I was
It
looking
was
for.
a
when I
mechanical pencil.
maybe she
that
was
used.
anti-sugar.
Yeah.
Who knows? But or an apple. Remember, you can't do that anymore. That's
No.
Apples
there's
are
a razor
expensive.
blade in there.
People think you're psycho.
Yes.
So how many candy bars did you have last year, Tom? Do you remember?
600.
And you ran out.
So you decided to go with
Yeah.
less this year.
You should.
I did.
So you thought
Friday night,
540 would
nice
be enough.
Friday night. Yeah, it was dumb. Okay, it was dumb. I just couldn't man up to the 720. I just couldn't. Do
I
it.
cannot wait for the like recap of this on Tuesday. Like we're gonna
I'm
get
gonna have a
very,
shitload of candy bars left over.
Take
I
some
don't
photos.
Think you are.
Really?
Can you get some
All right,
photos
I'm going
of the
720, and
580?
then I bail
You
out
are
with the
going
GGB.
720.
I have to.
Oh man,
You're going to Costco today?
I went yesterday. Sold out of full size candy bars.
There you go.
So I'm like
off to
scrambling.
Walgreens,
dude. I'm like,
Jewel.
how
on the
deep
way
are
home.
you into this?
what do you, oh, I don't know. It's $1,000. I'm sure.
You're never going to financially recover from this
No.
Halloween.
No, that's like part of the deal. Living in that neighborhood, and then I'm the
Yeah.
mayor, so there's expectations. I have
Right.
to, yeah.
If
I
I'm not
can't give out booze.
I mean,
So,
and you
know,
tell people you're passing out full-size candy bars, so you attract more.
I think
You're
they've
doing
learned
this to
over the
yourself.
years. They've learned over the years that that's what we do.
All right,
Everyone's
it's gonna be
getting-
something.
The year I'm not mayor, fucking candy corn. Candy corn for everybody, dude. Yeah.
What happened?
Yeah,
Where's the
candy corn.
sticker?
You won't even
Yeah.
be there. You're not even
There
in
you go.
town.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
dark.
right.
It's dark.
It's a fucking haunted house.
The RV's
like,
gone.
like cobwebs everywhere.
Uh,
I guess he's not the mayor
I would love to
anymore.
see what chat has to say about their Halloween. So tell us what's going on with your Halloween today.
Mhm.
Yeah, for sure.
I love this shirt, by the way. I had to point this out.
I love it, too.
It takes a couple. This actually happened to me where I flipped over my handlebars and somebody was looking at me like, "Are you all right?" So I got this. It says upside down, "Is my bike okay?"
I like that you're more concerned about your bike than
Yeah.
you. I love that.
You know what's crazy? When you flip over your handlebars, you'll be just like riding. Like I was mountain biking last time I flipped. I flipped over my handlebars a couple weeks ago, but it was mild. But I was riding mountain bike, and I was just like, I had my headphones in. I'm just like minding my own business, and then next thing you know, you're laying on the ground. Your earplugs flew out of your ears, and you're like, "What the hell happened?"
I was just
flew
gonna
right
say
over.
before you know what happens,
Yeah.
you're on the ground. You're like,
You
what
know,
just
because
happened?
like the earplugs fly out of your ears, and you're like, "What the hell just happened?" Yeah, but
I'll never know.
yeah,
I think it took me longer to figure that out because there's a random like apostrophe between is and mine.
Oh, there's a stain. That's what's
It's not a
messing with
stain,
me.
is
That's-
it?
No,
toothpaste.
above. No.
No way.
Yes,
Oh my god.
not even part of the shirt.
it's toothpaste. I
Is
slobber a
the
lot.
shirt supposed to look dirty like you just fell off your bike? Is it made like
You didn't have to point it out, asshole.
It looked like it was a part of the font. Like,
It's not.
it was like,
I
It
agree,
did,
John.
it
It
did.
was very similar.
At least I fucking brushed my teeth, asshole.
That's good.
Thank
You know,
you.
we're happy
Yeah.
that you brush your teeth
I
before
do.
you come
I
into
do.
Lock
Before
Pod.
I come in, I
Thank you.
bathe. Okay. Sorry, you nasty asses.
Tom's like,
There's
"That's-
I'm the only
that's
person that
toothpaste."
brushed my teeth in this whole studio. I
Well, you're the only
guarantee
person that brushed your teeth that slobbered on your shirt. I mean,
Well, all right, I'm going to start pointing out flaws in your.
This is why I
You
brush
said-
my teeth in the shower for that exact reason.
oh, I
Don't
Yes.
get anything on
What?
my shirt.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, I
Absolutely.
do not. I do
Oh,
not.
it is the most efficient.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Save
I do that.
water,
I've done
time.
that before.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah, I've done
Nope.
that before. All right,
Wow,
hey, we
that's
got
something.
we got a couple things we want to cover here. You know,
I pee in the
Indiana-wise.
shower, too.
You pee in the shower?
No, I said he probably does
Oh,
too.
I thought you said you
Who
pee.
doesn't pee
Oh,
in the
come
shower?
on.
Come on.
I only
No.
do it. Yeah. So anyway,
That's our
you know,
time.
they were supposed to do redistricting starting Monday, and you know, Governor Braun called the special
All
session
excited.
so that they could redraw the congressional lines because they know what's going to happen next year, and they need every chance they have because the blue wave is already building, and it's gonna. And I know we've said this before, but they're fucking up so bad they have to cheat now, and they know it. So you know,
And a
they're supposed to
coordinated
get.
cheat.
And they're supposed to get to work cheating on Monday, but apparently it's been delayed, Kevin.
Yeah, so it was reported out, actually, both our House Speaker, which is
Houston.
Todd Houston, Republican out of Fishers, and the Senate President Pro Tem, which is Rodney Bray.
Is it Roderick?
I'm sorry, Roderick Bray.
Yeah.
Rod Bray, yeah, out of, actually don't know where Senator Bray's from, but somewhere down that way. And they both agreed and said publicly that there wasn't going to be a session starting Monday because you can't just get 50 senators and 100 reps down to Indianapolis in a flip of a coin. So you got to get them down there as quickly as possible. This is kind of a story, non-story, because, for example, they used an example of when Holcomb called everybody down in July during 2020 during the pandemic. They didn't really start till early August. They have 40 days. I actually saw Representative Andrade yesterday, and he reminded me to mention they have 40 days to actually complete the special session. That's in the Constitution. So if they get called for a special session, they have 40 days to complete it. I assume they're getting ready. They're going to get down there. There's also I think there's a day in November, like November 18th, which is Organization Day, that they have to be there. And so I think the thought there is, well, all right, maybe we do it around there because we have to be down there anyway, and then we'll do our work then, and then we'll do our work to cheat and redistrict.
Wait,
So-
what's Organization Day?
They have to do it every year. They have to vote in new leadership and stuff like that. Each session they get together. I think they have to like file bills by that day. They vote for leadership when they have a new Congress, new General Assembly in this case. But they won't do it this year because it's the second year. So
Yeah,
it's
it'll be a
just-
short meeting, but it's usually like a one day anyway, right?
Yeah, right.
So they're
But
going
that's
to be down
like
there.
when they hold elections. That's when they hold like elections for speaker. Assign people their their committees and stuff like that.
I like how the governor also said that the special session is for congressional redistricting and tax code changes. So we'll
Yeah, the big beautiful bill. I guess there's some things that we have to do as a state to the big beautiful bill that needs to be taken care of
to make
but
it even more
that's
big and
just
beautiful.
a face-saving measure. He had this other reason he has to call a special session because this could blow up in Braun's face. I mean, he could end up not having the votes to get redistricting done, and if that's the case, he'll be able to say, "Oh, I had to call him in special session anyway because of the changes to the big beautiful bill."
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty interesting. They couple things that are happening. Oh, just looking around the country, I guess. Well, actually, let's stay in Indiana for a second. One of the senators that is kind of on the fence about redistricting, it's Senator Goody from Terre Haute. He actually had been caucused in, and he's having a town hall this weekend to hear some input from his constituents. And he set out a bunch of he's actually only making it available to people that live in the district. So it's kind of interesting. Greg Goody in District 38 down in Terre Haute, state senator. He's going to have a meeting, see what happens. I'll be interested to see what happens from there. But
When is the meeting?
I believe it's Saturday
God, that'd
at
be fun.
10:30 to 1.
That'd be fun to go down.
Yeah, it
and check
would.
out.
Listening session is for constituents to speak to their state senator, see the ground rules, develop to provide
Do you
a
know
safe
where
environment.
the location is?
Yes.
Terre Haute City Hall.
Terre Haute City Hall.
But you
Oh,
can't
wow.
go,
He
right? It's
announced
just
it.
for constituents.
It is just for constituents, and they have a set of ground rules that he put out, Senator Goody.
Anytime you have to lay out ground rules for public meetings, you're fucking up, guys.
You have to
If
show-
you have to worry about people like Governor Braun, we're going to talk about it in the second session. Governor Braun had a secret immigration meeting in the region. They didn't tell anybody where it was going to be because they know if they tell you where it's going to be, there'll be thousands of people there protesting. So maybe you should take a clue, Governor, and Senator. Maybe if you guys have to put up ground rules for public meetings. I had Mayor's Night Out the other day. I didn't have to post ground rules before Mayor's Night Out. I never had to post ground rules. You know why? Because people actually agree with what we're doing here, and they're not outraged by the stuff we're doing.
Or even if they don't, they don't agree. At least they're behaving.
Right.
But
They're not so pissed off about the actions that we're taking that they're going to show up and blow a meeting up.
Yeah, I mean, and this guy I noticed online, he's getting just ripped. We need to primary him for even having the town hall, for even questioning this.
You got orders, Senator Good. You got orders from the Orange Man and from the governor. Snap to attention, Senator Good.
Yeah.
How dare you think for yourself?
Yeah, I think he's nervous about it being taken over by people who are just like, why aren't you redistricting? You need to redistrict. And
That's what they're going to get.
Yeah.
Because you can't have an independent thought if you're in the GOP now. You have to snap to attention when the Orange Man tells you to do something.
Speaking of,
and yes, I was going to say
Newsom has something to say about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a great tweet by Governor Newsom. Gavin Newsom says,
Looks like Governor Braun needs some knee pads. That goes back to the joke on the last show where we talked about Gavin Newsom is handing out Donald Trump signed knee pads to all these GOP representatives that are just getting on their knees whenever he comes around. And you know what they do when they're on their knees. So I think it's Gavin Newsom sending these knee pads out to all these GOP reps. So
And
we'll give
governors
knee
now.
pads to Governor Braun, signed Donald Trump knee pads. Congratulations, Governor. Do what you do best with those knee pads on.
I took a look nationally to see where we were, and there's a little map that John's going to throw up, but I'll talk about it just to show where things are happening. The red ones, or maroon, I guess, are where they've already adopted a new map, and that's Texas, 5 seats they can pick up for the Republicans.
They did pick up?
They can if the
Yeah,
everything
5
goes
seats.
right.
They rigged it so that they should pick up 5
Should
seats.
pick up 5. Missouri 1.
Okay, so that's 6.
Yep, and then North Carolina 1.
7.
That's 7, and then folks that are thinking about it, Indiana 2.
9.
Right, 9. Kansas 1.
10.
10, and Louisiana 2.
So that's 12
That's
seats.
12. And then theoretically, I heard that potentially Florida could pick up a couple more too. So there you go.
Let's just call it 12 for right now, because
Sure.
I haven't heard about Florida, right?
Okay.
Okay, and then on the Democratic side, what do we have?
Maryland 1.
Okay.
Not yet, right? Just considered. California could pick up 5. Illinois 1.
And California has to approve the proposition that's set for
November 4th.
November 4th.
Yep.
So if if Prop 50 passes, they're allowed this one time to redraw the California districts to respond to President Trump. That'll be 5 right there.
Yep.
Which still leaves them 7 down. Illinois already did theirs, right?
They have not yet, but they
Okay.
could pick up 1. If none of the potential Democratic pickups are maroon yet, so that hasn't happened.
Okay.
They just introduced new maps. New York's thinking about it, but again, they have a redistricting issue, and that's a little more complicated than California's. So it seems to me, based on your quick math, Tom, that the Democrats aren't exactly to the point where they can.
They're not going to be able to respond.
Yeah.
They're
So
going to be
6,
5 or
7
6. They're going to
short.
lose 5 or 6 seats before the election day even happens.
So it's going to have to come down to those tight seats that are flips.
And I'll tell you what, though, what they're not counting on in Indiana is they're redrawing Frank's new district. They're making it R plus 15. And they're saying in a typical year, the Republicans should beat the Democrat by 15 points after we draw this line, right? Well, guess what? 2026 isn't going to be a typical year.
Agree.
2026 is going to be a bad year for you guys in MAGA movement. It's going to be a bad year. So that R plus 15, it may be R plus 2, R plus 1 when this is all said and done. And I tell you what, there's a lot of districts across America that used to be you'd win them by 6 or 7 points. You're going to lose those seats. And so all these 6 pickups you think you're going to get MAGA, they're not going to be. That's not going to be there for you.
Yeah, I agree with you, Tom. I think it's going to be really interesting. Even like these R plus 30, R plus 40, 30, 40 districts, if they go down to R plus 20,
Yeah.
that's a big. You add all that up, and you know this because Indiana's like death by 1,000 cuts. You've lived it, and it's like it just all adds up. These little counties, it all adds up. So we'll see.
So we have a new candidate over here in the 1st Congressional District. All these
New old candidate.
So they're planning on changing our congressional seat where we're sitting right now. They're going to take our congressional seat. It's an urban district, and they're going to make it very rural. They're going to take Lake County, which is Chicago, and they're going to have us all the way down in the windmills, down with the farms, and we're going to end up basically all the way out to Kokomo.
Yeah, down to Lafayette and over to Kokomo.
It'll take me 3 hours right now from this office to drive to Kokomo, and I would change time zones, and that's going to be Frank's congressional district if he's so lucky to win, right? And they don't think he's going to win. So now we have all these Republicans that are like, I want to run for Congress. I want to support Donald Trump. And here we have another one. Kevin, you want to get into it?
Yeah, I mean, this is like I said, it's a new but old candidate, Jennifer-Ruth Green, who lost to Frank Mrvan in 22. I think it was like 55. It was actually a closer race. It was a closer race than we'd ever had in this district.
In the Democratic district,
stronghold,
the normal district.
Closer than Niemeyer. I believe.
Yeah.
She did much better than the chairman of the
Which
Republican
was
Party.
the last race.
Right. Niemeyer got his butt kicked compared to with Jennifer-Ruth Green.
And honestly, in Jennifer-Ruth Green was in the midterms. Niemeyer was in a presidential race. Right. You would have thought Trump would have done.
You would have thought
good point.
The chairman running in a presidential year would have done better than Jennifer-Ruth Green would have done in an off year, but that was not the case. She was definitely the stronger candidate of the two.
And I would also say she was definitely more funded. Like the national was in big on that race.
But wouldn't you think that the chairman of the Republican Party would be better funded than some lady that
You think?
she has dubious ties to the region too?
Yeah.
She like literally just moved here and ran for Congress. So like she's not a native. She didn't grow up here. Neither did I, by the way. But I had to deal with those issues.
And
when I ran, people were called me a carpetbagger and
When
stuff
your
like
dad
that.
ran, too.
This chick literally just moved here and ran for Congress, and nobody's saying shit about that yet.
Well, I noticed that some of just like on Facebook, some actually Republicans were saying she's a carpetbagger. So
She is a carpetbagger.
They're trying to, support other Republican candidates already. I think this is really an interesting thing, her getting in. I was, I guess, not surprised, but kind of surprised.
How about this, Kev? She didn't run when Niemeyer ran.
Right.
And that was in the old district. I mean, the current district.
Yeah.
The current district. She knows this district's about to be gerrymandered.
Yep.
So she wants to get out in front.
The day of the special session announcement, she launched her campaign.
Yeah.
And there's been like 2 other people, I believe, since.
Oh, yeah. There's people that don't live in Lake County that are running also. People actually live out in the rural parts.
So here's a thought. Here's a question, I think. we all know that, like, when she ran against Frank the first time, there was this thought that, like, oh, it's an African-American Republican. She's going to do, like, great in Gary. And she did horrible in Gary. She got no votes in Gary, right? So now think about this. Now we have a more rural district, more white district you go rural.
For sure.
How is she going to perform?
I don't know.
This
Interesting.
is, I mean.
So you saying that she would want it the old district?
I think she does better in the old district, but I think.
I do not.
You think she does better in the new district?
Yeah, for sure.
I hope she wins the nomination. I think if I'm Frank, I'm like, yep, bring it on.
I would not want to. I would not. I would go against Randy Niemeyer 10 times out of 10 before I would against her.
I'm just curious about
the
district.
She is smart as hell, man. She's smart.
Veteran.
She's aggressive.
I agree.
She's a pilot in the military.
Yeah.
I mean, I would not. She's a war hero.
She's got.
I would not want to go against her. I would want to go against Randy Niemeyer because we beat him in a presidential election year.
True.
I liked Green when she was running.
I did
back
too.
in the day.
I thought she was a good candidate. I didn't like her.
She's had some problems since, though.
Yeah,
which
you
was
wanna
a
talk about that
shocker
a
to
little
me.
bit?
I didn't know about this.
Yeah, well, she went to work for Governor Braun as inspector general, and Governor Braun and her, you would think that they were good allies and good teammates, but it turns out she lasted less than a year on Governor Braun's cabinet. And Governor Braun filed a 10-count ethics complaint against her, accusing her of doing political work on state time, misusing state property, and retaliating against a state employee who reported her for alleged misconduct. These allegations stem from her brief tenure as public safety secretary from February to September of 25.
That never looks good on the resume.
She worked from February to September and got 10-count ethics complaint filed against her by her own freaking governor of her own party. What a bunch of freaking snakes, man. You're like in a snake pit over there working with Braun.
It does feel like that,
I think the
doesn't it?
inspector.
He's a snake.
You know he's
the
got to
snakiest.
be involved with this Beckwith stuff. Every day there's a controversy with Beckwith. Like, it's the Republicans eating the Republicans down
Dude,
there.
Beckwith wants to
They're good
screw
at
over the
that,
governor.
yeah.
Governor wants to screw over the secretary
Yeah.
of public safety.
Yeah. That's no.
I mean, that's fodder. That's red meat for anybody running against her.
So, yeah, so she's got this lingering ethics complaint against her. And then you got Randy Niemeyer, who I imagine is going to be talking about her 10-count ethics complaint filed against her, right? And then I know there's at least one or two other.
a lady from I think
Candidates
one of
from
the
the
commissioner
Heartland.
from Porter County.
But she's not going to be in the district. She's going out to South Bend, buddy.
Oh, but don't forget I thought the south part of the Porter County they're keeping in.
No,
we'll
I don't think
find out.
first off, I don't think any of us know for a fact.
Agreed.
We're seeing shit on like
True.
Facebook and on Instagram and
True.
stuff, and we're thinking that that's what they're actually voting on.
That's a good point.
God, but how dare we speculate? You would think that our elected officials would keep us in the know about
How about
what they're
showing a
debating.
map?
No,
Let's see what the
they
map
can't
looks
do that.
like.
Why do that?
Let's have some open debate.
We're lucky we even know they're meeting.
That's a
Do
good
you?
point. That's a real good point.
Niemeyer hasn't announced yet.
He has
though.
not. No.
Okay,
But he
is
wrote
it
that
safe to
stupid
assume-
op-ed.
Yeah.
Oh, I think it's a fine time to redistrict. Oh, yeah, you're so... What a good government guy you are, Randy Niemeyer.
Fine time.
So it's safe to assume he gets in. So who wins? Who do you guys think wins? The Republican.
Well,
primary.
we're assuming that that's only two candidates.
I think there's going to be a ton of candidates, John.
I think we're going to see candidates we don't even know
Agree.
from the heartland
Yep.
that are like real farmers,
Yeah.
real Republicans.
Yeah.
And then they're going to come to Lake County and they're going to stick out like a turd in a punch bowl, but they don't care.
How about like a state
They're
senator?
not going to care, John, because they're going to come to Lake County and be like, I'm not going to really do well here. I'm going to kick your ass out in the rural
How
part.
about a state senator that doesn't have to run next year?
True.
Yeah. You know, I mean, there could be a state
Yeah,
senator
good
around
call,
there.
good call,
and-
Kevin. You're
yeah.
right, man.
Mhm.
Some
local elected
And
officials.
I don't know the GOP as well
Right.
as I should. Okay,
Right.
but yeah, there could
The
be
mayor of Logansport or something. You know, who knows?
Dude.
I don't know. You know, like
Totally.
Yeah,
totally.
Wow.
Why wouldn't he?
I agree.
Why wouldn't he? You're right.
point.
That's
I mean,
a
all
great
these
point.
local officials.
That's
that
the
might have
thing
been
we're
around.
not even considering.
For
We're
sure.
just assuming that the first district congressman is going to come from Lake County.
Mm-hmm.
That's not necessarily the case. Lake County is going to be badly outvoted by the rural parts of Indiana.
Yeah.
in this new
Redstone,
congressional
man.
Redstone's not going to be in the district, Kevin. He's gonna,
I know. I'm just
Porter
saying,
County's not part of the region
if it
anymore.
was,
They're
if it
splitting the
was.
region up, which is it's freaking. What kind of shitty
It's
governor
crazy.
do we have? What kind of shitty ass governor do we have? Governor Braun. You're breaking up Lake County. We had one congressman that represented the region, and you're breaking up the region, and you're sending Porter County and LaPorte County out to South Bend. They have nothing in common with South Bend. We're the region, and you're breaking it up. What kind of shitty governor does that? Like, seriously.
The one that is getting pressured by the White House, I guess.
March to his orders. Get those knee pads out, Governor Braun. Get those Trump signed knee pads out and do your job.
This whole gerrymandering thing. Apparently it happened in the blue states. It's happening in the red states now. Doesn't it make you feel? This is one of those topics.
John, could I ask you a question?
Yeah.
How did this start?
Okay, I'm just saying, doesn't this make you feel a little bit hopeless? Not even a little bit. How is this a democracy? You just redraw maps. Now we've got this many more seats, and we got the. It's like, what is this? Is rigged.
Why don't we pass a law?
Yeah, it doesn't feel like the playing field is level.
I'm saying the average person. By the way, the average person's just trying to afford to survive right now.
Yep.
But the average person, when they hear about this stuff, is like, I'm checked out, man. This is too much.
This is ridiculous.
This is absurd. It's all a joke. I'm out.
Well, it becomes just like white noise after a while. You're just like, what? It's just every day is a fight. Every day is let's do something more partisan than the other person. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's
but Tom, what I meant by the blues, like I was reading stuff. Illinois did this
in the
Yes,
80s.
in
Once,
response.
yes,
They did.
one time in the 80s. Yeah, they did.
For
One
what?
time in the 80s. I guess to. I read the article. I read an article that said they
I
did
don't
it
know
in the
why.
80s. I don't know why
I've been in politics for almost 30 years.
Yeah.
I've never seen it. Okay, until now. And the first time I saw it was coming from the president of the United States, who happens to be MAGA.
Agree.
GOP. Okay, like in my career. All right, maybe it did happen before. And I'm sure, like during the, like Supreme Court cracking down on Jim Crow laws
Sure,
and stuff
in the
like
South.
that. I'm sure they did stuff like that because there was districts drawn to hurt the minority.
That's why we had the Voting
populations.
Rights Act,
Right? So, like, I'm sure this kind of stuff happened with the U.S. Supreme Court, but I don't think for political reasons I've ever seen the gerrymandering mid-decade.
Mid-census, right?
Right.
Mid-census.
It's just unprecedented. And it started with him, man, and I'm not trying to be a Democrat by saying that, but it did. And California is responding to it, and Illinois is responding to it. So,
It's kind of like, okay, I know my policies have pissed people off so much that I know I'm going to potentially lose the midterms, and I can't afford to do that, so let's get a fix.
but that's also...
And it's like, hey, dude, that's why we have elections.
That's also the next segment we're going to do in the second segment, when you have a public meeting and you can't tell your constituents where the meeting is. It goes back to the same problem, Kevin.
Yep.
It's the same reason they want to cheat with redistricting, because if they tell us we're going to have an ICE meeting in the region and this is the location, there's going to be 1,000 people that show up and protest.
If your policies are so bad and so disruptive that you can't even have public meetings or have public discourse about it, there's a problem.
That's right. But instead, they're just like overcompensating. So we're going to have secret meetings now.
Yeah.
Look, why don't we do some ads? And when we come back,
ads.
we're going to talk to you about Northwest Indiana secret immigration meeting. We finally had Governor Braun come to the region, except for this. The location was a secret.
Stay tuned. Stay tuned.
Let's go ahead and start off and thank Powering Indiana Lake County, our premier studio sponsor. Powering Indiana Lake County is your source for the region's most trusted electricians. At Powering Indiana Lake County, we set the standard for excellence in electrical work. As IBEW Local 697 electrical contractors, they ensure safety, reliability, and quality for Northwest Indiana corporations, businesses, and homes. But their mission goes beyond the job site. They're creating a brighter future for the region they proudly serve. Powering Indiana Lake County, bringing excellence to the job, creating a brighter future for our community. Find the right electrical contractor at poweringindiana.org.
Cantrell and Cantrell Attorneys at Law. Are you injured or in trouble with the law? Give Cantrell and Cantrell a call and schedule your consultation with someone who's in the court and at the jail every day. Call John Cantrell at 219-554-4LAW or visit their website at bettercallcantrell.com. John and his wife Kristen make a great team and are waiting to hear from you.
For decades, the Ron J. Prestmer Insurance Agency has been located right on Indianapolis Boulevard, serving all your insurance needs. The Prestmer Agency specializes in a wide range of insurance products and services, including auto, home, business, life, and much more. The Prestmer Agency serves thousands of people and businesses throughout Chicagoland and the Midwest. Call Ron or Ronnie today at 219-844-0103. They're here to protect what matters most to you.
Calumet Brewing. It's not about the mile. It's not about the miles you ran, the perfect score, or even the final victory. It's about the joy in the journey, the high fives after a friendly game, the feeling of accomplishment, the shared laughter. That's the moment worth toasting. With only 95 calories and 2.6 carbs, Michelob Ultra is the refreshing, crisp reward that makes the moment better. Michelob Ultra. It's only worth it if you enjoy it. Head over to the Cal Brew or the Michelob Ultra websites and social media pages for more info on this great family of beers. Enjoy the Michelob Ultra lifestyle with beers, and cheers responsibly.
Tortillas Nuevo Leon is the gold standard in Mexican cuisine across the Midwest. Look for Tortillas Nuevo Leon's popular red and white label at your local grocery store and enjoy quality Mexican products made with a local expert.
Tortillas Nuevo León, hechas con amor, para ti y tu familia de todo corazón. Tortillas Nuevo León, hechas con amor, para ti y tu familia de todo corazón.
Thank you to our sponsors.
Including our studio sponsor, Power in Indiana, Lake County.
All right. So, it's not very often that the governor of our state, Governor Braun, treks up to the region because the region, we're Democrats, and he doesn't give a crap about the region because of that very fact. But lucky for all of us Regionites, yesterday, finally, Governor Braun made a trip to Gary, Indiana, the heart of the region, along with Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem.
Wow.
And
With
leadership from
fancy
ICE.
makeup and hairdo.
So they're all coming up here to talk about a very controversial issue in the
And the
region.
Secretary of Transportation, I read.
Yeah,
Two
Duffy.
cabinet secretaries.
Yeah.
in
And our
Gary.
governor. So,
And the governor.
isn't that great?
Oh,
Isn't
it's
that great government?
Phenomenal.
Coming up to the region.
Go to the
we could-
heartland.
So that's the great. So where are they meeting? Oh, Gary, Indiana. Okay. Where in Gary? Well, sorry, that's a secret. What? Yeah, if you RSVP, we'll get back to you if you're approved, and we'll tell you where and when to meet us.
Did somebody in this room attempt to RSVP?
Multiple times. I was denied every
Really?
single time. Yeah, every single time.
Why?
Because I'm just a mayor.
Oh.
I only represent 80,000 people, but more importantly, I'm a Democratic mayor, and you're not invited. I served our country 6 years on a submarine. I have security clearances. I work with police. I work with FBI. I work with all kinds of. I get knowledge about raids that are about to happen. I'm trusted with a lot of this, but I'm not trusted to go stand in front of our governor and listen to what they're going to do that directly affects my city.
I thought the backdrop was amazing. I mean, they have like a
check this out.
Humvee saddled with two big semi-trucks on either side of them.
Yeah, nothing says a press conference like a militarized vehicle
To
behind you.
everybody that there are federal officers, ICE officers out there
Lurking around every
with
corner.
these.
Did she
just
wear
waiting
a
for you.
flannel because she's like in the Midwest?
I think she thought she was coming to Indiana, so she better wear a flannel, but she forgot she was coming to the
Jill, those
to
are hair
Gary.
extensions she has, right?
100%.
Okay. Because her
Really?
hair is really long.
Who's this? Who's this?
Sean-
Is that
Sean
Caitlin
Duffy.
Clark?
How could you tell those are hair extensions?
She don't have that much hair.
Okay. Yeah, because it's really long hair.
Really?
Yeah, that lady looks very serious. It is not Caitlin Clark, for the
No?
record.
No.
Because Caitlin Clark wouldn't do
I
that.
don't think she's going to.
No, that's like an
ICE
FBI
meeting.
agent or something like that.
Yeah,
When
maybe
you
state
roll up
police.
the cuffs on your blazer, you mean business.
Yeah,
point.
that's the whole thing. That's
Her
the look
eyes
now.
are like closed. Yeah.
Maybe a bad photo.
So
Um,
Halloween.
So what's the whole purpose of this little
I'm
get
just
together?
like outraged. I'm outraged, Kevin. First off, they wanted to talk to us about what they're doing in the region with ICE enforcement. But it's just, I just can't get over the fact that our governor and leadership from federal government comes to the region, holds a meeting, and only invites certain members of the press and does not invite the public. What kind of governor is that, man?
You would think that usually local officials are notified when there's something going on, and I think past practice has been that. Not that you've always attended,
Dude, I've
but
seen
your
governors-
office has been called like, hey, Governor Daniels is coming
That's
up for
right.
this. Hey, Governor Holcomb's coming up for
That's right.
this.
That's right.
And you're like, hey, man, I'd love to. Thank you, Governor's
usually would
office.
go out
but
there.
Yeah, you
Governor
try to,
Daniels.
but sometimes even you'll say, like, I can't make it, but thank you for
Yes.
letting me know.
They always reach out. Hey, Mayor, Governor's going to be in your city. I just wanted to give you a heads up.
Mm-hmm.
Governor Daniels. Okay. I shoot out there. Hey, Governor Daniels, how's it going? He introduced me. I would leave, because it was mostly GOP. But I'm like, welcome to Hammond, Governor. It's good to see you.
Sure.
Thank you for coming. Right.
Like
By the
kinda
way,
when
Governor Bond's never visited Hammond. Okay. 80,000 people. Yeah.
I
He doesn't
think-
want nothing to do with us.
Did he not? I thought he.
No, he
All right.
didn't.
All right. Didn't come
I
up.
think you should have been there. I agree with you, Tom.
I asked, John,
I-
multiple
yeah.
times. I mean, this issue affects my city greatly. Okay. So, and then, I just think I'm a sucker. I'm a really dumb politician. I accepted that fact yesterday because I was holding Mayor's Night Out at the same time they announced this. And I'm like, what an asshole I am. Mayor's Night Out? Why do I tell people where Mayor's Night Out's going to be? Right? So, I think it's from now on is how it's going to work. Okay. So, in December, we're going to hold Mayor's Night Out.
Okay. Where's it going to be?
I'm not going to tell you, right? Why would I tell you? Because you may not ask the questions I want you to ask. So I want you to RSVP for Mayor's Night Out, okay? And then if you're a supporter of the mayor and you're going to ask nice questions, I'll approve you. And I'll send you the coordinates of the venue, okay? And I also need you guys to arrive 1 hour early for no apparent reason. I just want you to sit in the audience for an hour and wait for me.
To appear.
Yeah.
So
and
you
then
don't have to be delayed.
when you guys are seated in Mayor's Night Out, I'm going to give you a list of pre-approved questions that you ask. But if you ask anything else, you'll be immediately removed from Mayor's Night Out, okay? Like, if I had Mayor's Night Out like that, first off, nobody would attend. Secondly, I wouldn't have lasted 6 terms in Hammond. I do Mayor's Night Out. I tell people where it's going to be, tell them what time it is. They could ask me any question, and it's televised, right? I had about 200 people at Mayor's Night Out the other day. 200 people. A lot of them were pissed off at me. Some of them supported me, but there was a lot of people there, and it was a great meeting. How many people showed up to this press conference, Governor? For the governor of the state, hardly anybody's there because you rigged it. It's a joke, man.
It's like a yeah, it looks like a skit or like a.
It is a skit, Kevin.
Preordained what's going to happen. And by the way, I was going to ask you this, Mayor. Did you have any conversation with Mayor Melton, or did
Mayor Melton didn't know anything about this either?
And that's in his city,
at his airport, the city's airport. He didn't even get the courtesy of, "Hey, you want to stop by, Mayor?"
Wow.
A lot of white people in that picture.
What do you guys think about what was announced? Because I didn't know. I thought it was going to be, we did this blitz in the Chicago area. Here's what we got. I like this announcement. 146 illegal semi-drivers on our roads?
John, here's the deal, okay? And first of all, we knew this had been going on. The state police had been using weigh stations to pull trucks over, right? There is I'm telling you, like, if you think that the truck drivers that they picked up are all like from Mexico or South America, that's not true. I bet there was a ton of Serbian, Russian, Polish truck drivers.
But if they're like driving semis and they're not qualified, that's scary.
If they're not insured, I would say number one, and I would say there's a lot. What needs to happen, and this just goes from my personal injury background, representing people that have gotten hurt in truck wrecks. A lot of times, what you'll see is it's a lack of training, whether they're American or not American.
Right.
And so, really, what I would question the governor. Why did it take Homeland Security to do this blitz along the interstate? Why the state police helped them? Why can't the state police commercial carrier division be doing more enforcement like this? Why is it taking the?
They're going to blame Biden if you say that.
Well, I guess, but
they're like, if Biden didn't flood the country with illegals, then we wouldn't have to worry about it.
Not just illegals, I guess is what I'm saying. They should be enforcing commercial safety along the interstate no matter what.
So you're saying Buttigieg should have done this?
Sure, it's Buttigieg's fault.
Last term.
Yeah, right.
No, but Tom, I agree with you completely how this was set up, but I do see why they would want to make some pomp and circumstance about this.
Well, about the people in this part of the state, they hate their semis.
Absolutely.
Right, and if it's a scary thought to think that some of these semi drivers driving around may be undocumented and untrained to drive that semi, that's scary. So I agree with you, John. I think it's good news that 146 people that were driving around not certified are off the highways. I think that's good news.
Yeah,
but I would have enjoyed being there to hear that in person.
Yeah, and it's a different angle than ice, like pepper spraying like a priest or whatever,
right?
So
or tackling a mom taking her kid to school, because they just happen to run into.
This is the kindler, gentler ice,
right?
Do you really need a tank in the background, though, to announce?
No.
That's the kinder, gentler ice, Jill.
No. I'm going to pull
Stop talking.
Here's the picture again.
We're kind and gentle.
If you don't,
shut up, or I'm going to throw you in this tank.
It's an unmanned tank.
It's an inflatable.
If you don't understand the psychology of this imagery, just look at it a little bit longer.
Yep.
They want to normalize this type of presence.
Agree.
They should have did it in front of the Lion's Den right off of 65.
Yeah. See who pulls in there.
The Lion's Den getting another mention on Lockpad. That's 2 mentions.
Where's our sponsorship?
Come on, Lion's Den.
Where's that swag?
God, Steve, you got to get on
the Lion's
that.
Den would be a great sponsor.
Would be an awesome sponsor.
Why wouldn't we?
I mean, why not?
That's what you said.
I would love to just read that commercial off. Are you interested in good videos of intimate exchanges between strangers?
Earmuffs for all the kids listening.
If so, stop by the Lion's Den and Lowell and Highway 65. Right next to a McDonald's, apparently.
Yeah. Yes. Across the street
that's
from
what
McDonald's.
Weird was like. I was just trying to get a McDonald's, and I ended up in the Lion's Den parking lot.
Right next to a truck stop, by the way.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Go figure. Well, that's what we have going on in the region.
What the hell is going on with our country?
Two cabinet secretaries, the governor.
And a secret meeting. Secret immigration meeting.
Secret press conference.
The super secret immigration meeting.
Who's the guy in the white shirt?
That's Secretary Duffy, I think, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
And who is that?
Department of Transportation.
Yeah, he's Buttigieg's replacement.
Oh.
It's so
reality
wild.
TV star.
Yeah.
No shit.
It's just like
Aren't
some
they
of
all?
this stuff is still happening while the government shut down. Isn't that wild? Like what is going on right now? We're
I
like
know.
pseudo
I know.
like functioning.
It's running, but it's not running. And we're going to get into that in the third segment.
We are.
Big time.
Yeah.
And
Snap.
By the way, either Governor Braun's really short or Kristi Noem is pretty tall.
Let's see her.
I would take her in a one-on-one matchup against
He
Governor
looks
Braun.
tall. He
For
looks
sure.
tall. He looks
Noem
taller.
For sure.
Huh?
You got to remember, Noem like shot her dog. She's down. to,
Oh, she's got heels on too.
she's ready to
Okay,
fight.
she's got heels on.
She got to have heels on.
Right.
That was Noem, right? Shot her
Yeah.
dog.
Yeah, she shot her dog.
Yeah.
Funny enough, there was a couple dogs missing yesterday in Hammond. I mean, she happens to be in town. I'm going to check this out.
Yeah.
Hammond PD is going to look into that.
All right, let's
All right.
do some ads.
Braun
We're going
doesn't
to come
look happy.
back. No, he doesn't look
Sorry, he
happy.
doesn't look
He's
happy.
got a
He's there.
redistricting
He's-
pressure
Kevin was coming up with a Braun, what's the word I was looking for?
meme or like
Meme,
a-
yeah. Like the Grinch, right?
Yeah, he looks like
He
the
does
Grinch
look
to
like
me.
the Grinch.
Yes, he does.
Yeah, I thought that'd be a good meme for him, especially when he's taking everybody's food and redistricting people.
He's a
like
perfect Grinch.
But we're gonna save $300
Yeah, man.
year.
Thank you, Governor.
thanks to Braun. So
$300
watch
on your
mouth,
property
Kevin.
taxes.
Yes.
And then you're going to pay $2,000 in your income taxes. That's your tax
Awesome.
savings.
We have been saved.
Thanks, Governor
That
Braun.
math doesn't seem to work out, Tom.
It's a property tax savings, Kevin, not a tax savings.
Be happy about it.
You saved $300 on your property tax. You paid $2,000 on your income
and
tax.
my property taxes are already 10th lowest in the country. So,
Yes.
yep. All right. I
Right.
was clamoring for that $300. Thank you. $300 bones.
What are you going to do with it?
It's a good fair question.
Thanks, Governor Braun.
I think buy full-size candy bars.
Oh, or how about a pound of ground beef? About
Yeah.
$300 right now. This is so. Everything is so.
Is it from
fucked
Argentina,
up, dude.
John?
It's so fucked up.
Is that ground beef?
when is that third party going to start up?
Yeah, exactly.
Ask
Seriously.
Elon.
Get on it.
Elon it just
Like,
fizzled.
if I had an extra, $100 million, I could probably do something like
You're
that.
going to have 300. That's all.
Dollars.
$300.
That's all.
At
Let's cobble it all together.
Give me a call.
Get that team back together.
If you had
We
6
have
zeros,
stamps.
give me a call, okay? Like, if I had $100 million, I would start a third party, and it
All
would
right.
be effective.
Elon.
Come on, Elon.
I
He
know.
backed
Come
off
on,
of that,
Elon.
though.
Let's have some fun.
Well, yeah, because he tried to suck up to the president again. So,
Yes, he did.
all right, let's go ahead. We're going to come back and talk about another messed up situation that's going to occur tomorrow. So, get a lot of candy tonight, everybody, because
Go to the grocery store today.
The SNAP benefits tomorrow end because of the government shutdown. So we're going to talk about the effects of the SNAP benefits ending tomorrow, and it's pretty depressing. So hate to have a depressing show, but it's sort of depressing what's going on in our country right now. So
Did you ever think you'd say that? SNAP benefits are ending tomorrow.
No. Those
Yeah.
are bipartisan.
I didn't realize how prevalent they are.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right, so let's go ahead and start off with Misprint Printing. Elevate your brand with Misprint, the premier printing and sign solution in Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana. With a 30-year legacy of excellence, their experienced team, led by Rick Baltensberger, combines innovation and technology to deliver top-quality signs and printing, always on time and within budget. Conveniently located in Munster and Hammond, Misprint is your partner for creating impactful visual solutions that leave lasting impressions. Visit them at misprintusa.com to bring your vision to life today.
MCR Partners is your one-stop destination for top-notch expertise in economic development, finance, and planning. With a dedicated team geared up to tackle your projects head-on, they're your go-to comprehensive solution providers. Dive into the world of economic development with MCR Partners and let them guide you through the maze of opportunities. Stay in the loop and connected by hitting up their website at mcrpartnersllc.com. For tailored assistance, don't hesitate to reach out to Matt Reardon at 219-741-9511.
Byway Brewing is a family-friendly microbrewery with a spacious taproom and outdoor patio, serving its award-winning craft beer, a chef-driven food menu, and craft cocktails on draft. Their brewing equipment and production facility offer a unique backdrop for events like bridal showers, reunions, or corporate parties. With their new food truck, they can cater to your corporate and private events off-site. Just off of 8094 at the Kennedy Avenue South exit. Discover more at bywaybrewing.beer. I was there right before Mayor's Night Out. I had a mocktail because, of course, I wasn't going to drink before Mayor's Night Out. It was really good, like a pina colada. And the mojo pork nachos, out of this world. And I ran into the judge. All at Byway.
The judge.
Yep.
Nice.
Kuklakis Law. Are you facing legal challenges and don't know where to turn? Who are you going to call? Kuklakis Law, your trusted source for legal advice in Indiana and Illinois. Do you need representation buying or selling real estate? Call Kuklakis Law. Do you need help forming your business? Call Kuklakis Law. Did you get injured in a car crash or at your job? call Kuklakis Law. No matter what your legal issue is, call 219-671-6347 for a free consultation. Who are you going to call? Kuklakis Law. That's who. Hablamos Español.
We need a potato chip. So I started watching.
What?
We have
the sponsor. I started watching Tucker Carlson interview Nick Fuentes, and Tucker breaks every now and then to do one single ad, and he's like, somehow he got a potato chip sponsor.
But
and
is it like a regular, like Lay's?
No. You've never heard of it before. And he managed to turn it into a political thing. He was like, this is made of beef tallow. Like, none of this.
Yeah, right.
Democratic
Liberals wouldn't
left.
eat these.
Yeah. Steve, can we get a potato chip brand?
We just want to eat on it.
Lay's or
honestly.
something?
I'm hungry.
Very greasy in here.
Just crunching into the microphone.
Anyway.
One more, Jill.
Anyway, don't let your business get lost in the shuffle of generic branding and aimless marketing. Trust Northwest Indiana's award-winning full-service marketing agency, the Branding Room Floor. Providing data-driven results to help your business grow in a crowded market is their specialty. From website development and digital advertising to graphic design and branding, the Branding Room Floor will set your business or organization on a clear path to strategic success. Don't wait another day to get started. Visit thebrandingroomfloor.com today.
Thank you to our sponsors.
Including our studio sponsor, Power in Indiana, Lake County.
All right. So, obviously we have our government shutdown. It's about 30-something days at this point. It's the second longest in the history of the United States, and it shows no signs of stopping. Honestly, there's no signs that there's no communication. They're talking about killing the filibuster to try to terminate this.
The ballroom's still getting built. President's in Asia, and the government shut down.
How are there this many loopholes in the government that they're just
I think they have
flexing?
contingency funds they can draw on.
And there's billions and billions when you
Yes.
think about it. They're dealing with billions and billions of dollars. So even spare change left over in a budget is billions.
Agree.
It's like,
No, I mean, how are
hey,
they
I
just
found $5 billion over here.
Yep.
No, I mean, how they're just we're going to get rid of the filibuster, or we're not going to do this
I agree with you.
anymore. Or
That's just a Senate rule. It's
not in the
they've talked
Constitution.
about it before. It's
Yeah.
not in the Constitution. It's a Senate rule. It can be overridden. But
Democrats
once they
consider
override
it,
it,
too.
it's overridden.
Yep.
So if the Republicans in this case choose to end the filibuster, you could do it with a majority vote. So they do it, but it's gone. And
They're
then
forever.
Yes, they're always afraid that. Well, you'd have to bring it back with a huge vote to get it back, and they're afraid that once
it would be a majority to bring it back too.
majority. Oh, you're right, because
Yeah,
filibuster would be
go down
gone.
to
So,
51.
but to bring it back, you need somebody in the majority to say yes, because it's a minority
Right.
advantage.
And why would you do that?
You wouldn't, because you're
It
going to be in
gives
the minority again.
advantage.
Mhm.
Right. So in this case, the minority advantage is you need 60 votes to get anything through the Senate because the Democrats aren't voting for it. Right. So what the founding fathers wanted us to do in situations like this is to compromise and to work together. So to make those few Democratic senators happy enough to vote to reopen the government, you have to actually talk to them, President Trump. You have to actually compromise President Trump, which is what he's unable to do because he's in fucking Asia right now, right? You can't compromise and negotiate if you're not even fucking here.
And think about how partisan the country's been, over the last, let's just call it 10 to 15 years, right? When President Biden was president, say what you want to say, but he compromised with the Republicans, and they voted with the Democrats to get a continuing resolution through and keep the government open.
Right.
I remember how many, there was at least 2 that I can remember, potential government shutdowns that got worked out.
The last one, everybody is pissed off at Schumer because they compromised.
Yeah. And that was this year,
That
earlier.
was this year, right?
Yeah.
So anyway, the reason we're talking about all this right now, they're not talking. By the way, the Senate is not ready to get rid of the filibuster. There were senators doubling down on it. Republican senators.
They know, but they're going to be in the minorities
that
at
one
some
day,
point.
they'll probably be in the minority in another year.
At the
and
least.
they're going to be like, you're going to be so glad, President Trump, we didn't get rid of the filibuster.
For sure.
In 1 year, when we get our asses kicked because of everything that you're doing right now, we're going to need the filibuster in 1 year, right? Because we're going to be in the minority. Okay. So anyway, so the Senate is not going to get rid of the filibuster, which means until we get 60 votes in the Senate, that means there's got to be some type of compromise. But until that happens, we're going to be shut down.
And the Democrats are basically saying it's one issue, health care, and I think this is another one.
SNAP benefits.
Yeah.
So SNAP benefits end tomorrow, November 1st. On Saturday, the program that feeds 42 million Americans and 6,000 Hoosiers.
600,000.
600,000 Hoosiers, 10% of our population. The SNAP food program is set to run out of money. The Trump administration says there's no funding to continue the program during the shutdown. And this, keep in mind, this comes as food prices climb and food banks report surging demand. More than 24 states have now filed suit against the federal government. The multi-state lawsuit includes Arizona, California, Massachusetts, and Washington, D.C. These states argue that the federal government has a legal duty to maintain food assistance. They claim that the USDA still has the resources available and shouldn't suspend SNAP benefits. The USDA confirmed earlier this month that it will not use its $5 billion in contingency funds. That means that SNAP benefits are frozen from November 1st until the shutdown ends.
Yeah, and I think one of the things by the way, SNAP is kind of like the updated version for when Tom and I were growing up, food stamps, right? I mean, everybody knew about food stamps. That's what SNAP is. Yeah.
Is that like I remember when I was in school, I had to have the lunch ticket. You remember that?
I mean, this is a good point, Tom. I remember the lunch.
Do you
ticket
guys
when we were
remember the
kids-
lunch
when we were
ticket?
kids. You guys probably didn't have it. Yeah.
Poor kids had lunch tickets, and you'd have to go up with your stupid lunch ticket, and you'd have to hand it to them, and they'd give you free lunch.
Yeah,
if you were poor enough.
I think they got rid of the ticket because
It was
of the
fucking humiliating.
shame, right?
It was.
Yeah.
They would literally hand you the ticket when you're in line, like, here you go, loser.
Well, and Tom,
And
I
they're
think
like,
this
you know?
this is an important point. I mean, Tom grew up in a single parent household,
Right.
Right. I mean, I think it goes to show you. I think as you go through these stats, and I think this is what shocked Tom yesterday when we were talking about it pre-show, and he's going to go through it now. Is the statistical importance of SNAP benefits and how wide-ranging it is.
2024, the average SNAP benefit was $187 per person per month. Okay, so you get a family of a mom and their kid. You get what, $375?
$400 something.
Yeah. Okay. Over 2/3 of the recipients live in families with children. Over 1/3 include elderly or disabled family member. So basically, the entire program is for single-family households, very poor family households, and seniors. I mean, that's who we're hurting
disabled.
right now.
Yeah.
Senior and disabled. Indiana numbers. The average is $162 a month for households with children are more likely to participate, with 14% of all households with children receiving benefits in 2023. Indiana, single mother households were even more likely to participate, with 33% receiving benefits in 23. Single mother households.
So 1 out of every 3.
The irony of this, okay, so obviously this is going to hurt Democrat states, but it's going to really hurt Trump-supporting deep red states. In some deep red counties, up to 25% of the households depend on food assistance. Even Republican governors like Henry McMaster of South Carolina are mobilizing help, sending the state guard to support the food banks. Experts.
I was going to say, I think and that's a good point, right, Tom? That like this isn't like, oh, all the poor people in New York and Chicago and San Francisco and Miami are going to not have their food stamps. This is like, hey, by the way, rural America relies on a lot of assistance, and people tend to forget that because I think the Republicans like to focus on, oh, it's just all the poor people in the cities.
What do you think the top states by total users are? Are they Democrat?
Wait, by percentage
total,
or by
the top
numbers?
states with the
it's gotta be
numbers.
deep
Population.
Do you know the answer?
I do.
Okay.
Is it population you mean, or by
Total numbers.
Percentage.
Yeah, no, percentage is a whole separate answer.
okay?
Oh, okay.
Total numbers got to
Population.
be high population states. California, New York. I don't know.
California's top.
Okay,
What's the second?
New York or
Nope.
okay,
Texas.
Okay,
Texas.
All right. Big
Third,
population.
Florida.
Big population.
Right, but,
Yeah,
both red.
Yeah.
So one state's blue, the next two are red. He's hurting his own top states by percentage-wise. New Mexico, 20% of New Mexico residents.
I wonder if that's because a lot of Native Americans
Louisiana.
own reservations. Louisiana.
Trump supporting Louisiana. They're going to let
Speaker
Trump
Johnson.
They're going to let Trump pick the LSU football coach.
Yeah, I
They're
heard that
actually talking
yesterday.
about that.
I heard that
He's like, I'll
yesterday.
let President Trump pick.
They should just make him the coach.
That governor,
Why not?
Yeah, right?
Fuck it.
That governor's great. I mean, not great. I mean, if you don't think that guy's from Louisiana when you hear him talk, whoa.
Yeah. 1 in 8 Americans, about 42 million people, use SNAP each month. Okay.
42 million. Wow.
And historically, this has been a bipartisan issue until
Sure.
now. Until now, you know.
I saw Marjorie Taylor Greene, who we've talked about on this show many times for things we don't agree with her with, but like she's going to bat for her district, which is by the way, a poor rural district in Georgia, deep red, and it's like, hello,
Yeah.
The stuff that we're not even thinking about is the food chain that this is going to destroy also, okay? So 1 in 7 rural households rely on SNAP, okay? So many small town grocery stores depend on SNAP sales to stay afloat.
That's a good point.
That's roughly $8 to $10 billion in grocery transactions each month at these grocery stores that are in rural locations that are barely surviving.
And that are employing people.
Right.
And having, it's a
and now
commercial
suddenly
entity.
they have to absorb this hit too. Nobody's got enough money to go to their grocery store,
that.
right? So what happens if those grocery stores start to shut down now?
Now you have food deserts in rural areas.
Right.
Food deserts around the state because they can't afford to stay open. And by the way, so in Indiana, like you see the signs for EBT. That's the SNAP card in Indiana. If you see EBT accepted here, that's what that is. That's crazy. I didn't think about the food chain part of that, Tom.
Charity can't fill the gap either. For every one meal a food pantry provides, SNAP provides 9. Says Boston University.
Whoa, that's crazy.
Boston University researcher Stephanie Edinger DeCuba. Without SNAP benefits, families fall behind on housing, utility, and medical bills. These are families already on the edge now, and now we're going to tip them over.
So I think that's the thing to remember. A lot of times you've got like single mom who's got to pay for childcare or figure out how to help with childcare. She's probably working at one job, maybe two, to make ends meet. She's got to pay her rent. Utilities are going up. The cost of food's going up. So this is a real benefit that keeps people, in some instances, right? I mean, we're all lucky. We have support networks. Some people don't. It keeps them out of homelessness. It keeps them out of, having to do things that maybe you don't want to do for work. And it's one of those things I think that has been a bipartisan, as Tom mentioned, benefit that has helped a lot of people. And the thought of having kids and families not have this benefit is pretty rough.
The weird thing, the administration is still funding WIC. That's the Women and Children Nutrition Program by using tariff revenues, but they decided not to use tariff revenues to continue SNAP.
That's interesting. Yeah, women, infants, and children. I think WIC you get when you're a young mother, young family. Like I think single moms that have newborns get WIC.
Yeah.
Help with like diapers and formula and stuff.
But this is from the Trump administration to try and get the Democrats to budge. Yeah.
The problem is they're going to get a lot of push from their own party, John. Yeah. I think you're going to have a lot of Congress folks that are in rural areas that are going to start getting a lot of shitty emails and phone calls.
Yeah, Hawley, one of the most staunch Trump supporters, is against this.
Yes.
Yeah.
He said this is a milestone, a grim milestone.
So like if, let's say the Democrats gave, all right, if the Democrats gave and the government reopened, SNAP benefits would resume, but if the people on Obamacare, the healthcare subsidies would like triple. That's crazy. What the Democrats are fighting for. They want to hold the healthcare subsidies down. So like if we give in, SNAP resumes, and then everybody that's on Obamacare healthcare, they suddenly are going to lose their plans because they can't afford their plans anymore.
I saw if the subsidies gone, some of the healthcare will go up to over $2,000 a month.
That's so like.
In red states, by the way.
I don't see this shutdown ending anytime soon. And the thing is, honestly, like our country's going to start to break as far as like air traffic controllers are going to start quitting their jobs.
They're not getting their paycheck now.
I mean, soldiers, the next paycheck's coming up. Has anybody heard how everybody was crowing 2 weeks ago when I put it out there? The soldiers aren't getting paid. All the MAGA was like, soldiers are getting paid. Donald Trump is paying the soldiers. That was 2 weeks ago. What's happening now?
I thought you made a good point about this because you had a personal story about being a soldier, and like you forget, like you just think, everyone's doing fine in the military, and like you relate your personal story about like how literally it was paycheck to paycheck.
I was never more broke in my life than when I was in the military, and by the way, it was not unusual.
And these are young guys, like you were 18.
We were all broke.
19, 20
The
years
guys
old.
that weren't as broke, I was married in the military. We were flat broke. Okay, the guys that weren't married had more money than we did.
Sure.
Okay, they had money to spend because we would go out to sea for 3 months and they'd save their money. Nobody was spending their money for 3 months, so they'd have like $5,000.
But if you're married, with a kid or a baby,
broke, flat broke. I was never more broke in my entire life than I was when I was in the Navy for 6 years. My last year in there, I made like $23,000. That was my highest earning year in the military, and I had a baby, by the way. So
think about that.
Yeah. So the soldiers aren't getting paid tomorrow. I haven't heard anything about the soldiers getting paid. Air traffic controllers haven't been paid in a month. By the way, so think about that when you hop on the next airplane ride.
I think if you're working for the park department, park service, you're not getting paid.
Park service. By the way, I was seeing things going on in Yellowstone that people are jumping off of, mountains that they've never been able to jump off of before, and they're like zooming to the ground. What are they? The wingsuits?
Oh, yeah,
they're like base jumping and stuff because there's nobody there to stop them.
Wow.
Like you could never do this kind of stuff before, right? Wow. So now people are base jumping. It's like, dude, and people are camping out in parks, and you're not supposed to camp out on your RVs. They're doing whatever the fuck they want.
I saw herds of buffalo going places where usually there's all people. Like they're all around, like these crazy, like Old Faithful, and there's like the animals are taking back over the land that they probably used to have anyway. So,
jeez,
our federal government is flat.
It's broken right now.
We need a third party so hard, and then like I bet you most of the country would flock to. We need a solid leader, and we don't have one, unfortunately. And I mean, somebody that could pull the country together. It's like if we elected a Democrat as our next president, and they continued to like go after the right for all the stuff that happened. That's exactly what we don't need.
Agreed.
We need somebody that's like a George Washington type of cat that's going to come in, or an Abraham Lincoln type of cat that's going to come in and integrate their cabinet with Republicans and Democrats and try to bring this freaking country back together because we're broken. And Donald Trump is a monster, man. And in my opinion,
I think we need Republicans to really stand up to him and actually try to get things done. Yep.
Start in Indiana. Get out the knee pads, Braun. Get out those knee pads. You did exactly what he wanted you to do. So just finish the job, Braun. Can't stand it.
Happy Halloween. 500. And you better go get those other 180.
You guys at Costco. I gotta. What's the? See, Myers, Jill. You think?
They probably. I don't know if they have the big ones.
I can tell you at Walgreens, just up the block, they had the big ones yesterday. Yeah, you are. But all the candy's on sale though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, 'cause trying to get rid of it. So I'd stop there first just to see.
Yeah,
because it's a block away.
Right.
So
just give them those stickers you didn't put on.
Can you please take some good pictures?
Yay.
Take some good photos for next Tuesday.
Believe it or not, I mean we will.
Yeah,
we will. But like I'm like busy handing out candy.
I know.
It's like continuous. I'll be at the door for 2 hours straight. And by the way, at 7:01, I'm turning the freaking lights off. Okay, so like you're not getting anything past 7:00. Okay, so
what if you're in line and there's a line at your house?
I finished the line. It's like voting. You get in the chute. You get in the chute. You're all right.
Patrick, get out there and tell who was the last candy person.
That's right.
That's it. Right. All right.
Thanks, everybody. Another great show.
Chat was active today.
Oh, good.
Was it good?
Yes.
Awesome.
Thank you, chat. Appreciate you all.
We
have to do another show where we like do chat questions. We haven't done that in a while.
Oh, for the end of the season.
For you now.
What's that? Let's do it.
You want to hear it?
Yeah. Let's go.
Oh, extended lockpot time.
Right,
here we go.
right.
Yeah, one question.
Sure. I like doing this more often. Let's do chat questions more often. Okay.
Mayor, I'm a citizen, but and I live in Hammond. As a parent who will be taking my children trick-or-treating, what do we do if there's ice on the streets? Good question.
I don't like that question. Let's just move. No, just kidding. I don't know what to tell you.
I think
there was an ICE arrest on Calumet Avenue yesterday right in front of City Hall. Okay.
Oh,
I don't know what to tell you. Yeah, right in front of City Hall. They chased him. They shut down the whole damn street. They took the person in custody and towed the car away. So, like, I don't know what to tell you. If you're nervous about ICE, I suggest you don't go trick-or-treating.
Come to the Sportsplex. We have a Halloween party.
There you go. And they're not allowed on our property.
There you go.
Ooh.
They're not.
Showdown.
That's our property, ICE. Stay the hell. There you go, Joe. I like it. If you're nervous about ICE, go to the Sportsplex tonight. It's ice-free zone. It's nice and warm in there.
And is there trick-or-treating in there?
Yes, it's for
party.
It's I know it's specifically for special needs, right?
5 to 7 is, and then 7 to 9 is
party time.
Party.
So we do that
everybody
because there's kids that are autistic and things of that nature that don't like bright lights and they don't like scary things and they don't like loud noises. So sometimes if you have kids in that situation, we want to have like a calmer place to trick or treat. So we do it at the Sportsplex, and it is ice free because that's our property, and they're not allowed per resolution signed by the mayor and 9-0 vote of the city council. So.
And I would want to say though that I and Mayor, you probably have to answer this question. You don't have any credible. I mean, you don't have any information, I guess, because they're not sharing information that ICE is doing anything for Halloween, but you don't know one way or the other.
They don't tell us.
Yeah,
they didn't tell us. Hey, we're going to take this guy down on Calumet Avenue in front of City Hall yesterday. They just did it, and they're the federal government. We can't stop them. All we could do is not support them. So, and by the way, our state government's trying to change that also. So we'll have that more to say about that in season 17. So, in the meantime, love you all. Thank you for tuning in for another great episode. We're going to be back on Tuesday with season 16, episode 18. Guests, we'll decide that soon. Other than that, we appreciate you all. Jill, it's great to see you again. Thanks for coming in and helping out. Jay Vez, another great show. Thank you again, Kevin.
Yes, sir.
And coming to you from Lockpod, the locomotive, saying thank you, goodbye. Don't forget to like, comment, share, do all the stuff that helps us get to be a bigger and better podcast. And we will see you again on Tuesday for episode 18. Take care, everybody. Lock Pods out.